This is Heaven with They Call Her Heaven, and you're listening to Heavy Mental Breakdown.
Heaven. I've never met anybody named Heaven before. Have you?
You know what? I have. And young me would pretend I've never heard anybody else named. But honestly, when you start meeting people with the same name, there's like an unspoken bond of we are the heavens of the world. And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like get this like spirit connection with them.
Gotcha. Yeah, I always ask people what is the meaning behind the name, but when you told me your name was Heaven, I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah. It just makes sense." It's perfect. Um, they call her Heaven. What does that name mean to you besides just your name?
So I guess we're trying to kind of create this like mystified sense or like who is they? Like
Exactly.
who are
Yeah.
they?
Who
There's
are
kind of like a
they?
mystery to the whole situation. You
Hmm.
know me, Heaven. It's kind of like it also feels like my aura. Like I feel like being in the scene in Brooklyn, I'm out and about. I like to pop into other music scenes. Like I really love house music. I love like drum and bass. And I love rock music, obviously too. So it's like I pop into these scenes, and I'm a really sociable person, and I feel like I find the chatter, the lure of people being like, "Who is that?" Like who's this fun sweet girl or whatever, and then it's like it's kind of like then the phrase would be they call her Heaven,
Yeah. Oh,
something
okay.
like that.
Cool. Um, so how long have you been doing They Call Her Heaven? Is this a solo project? Do you have you have a whole band behind you? How's this? What is They Call Her Heaven and how'd you get started?
Yeah, so I mean, I've been writing music my whole life. But about 3 years ago, I met my partner, Anthony Fonseca, and we just like were chatting. We met through like friends and stuff like that. And we started chatting about, oh, you do music, you want to like collaborate. He's been producing for like 25 years. And
Nice.
he just started, like, he was like, we got into the studio and he's like, where do you want this to go? And like, I kind of never had that idea as the artist. You just like, I just feel that sense of purpose, but I don't know anything about the
Mm.
business or like
Sense
the
of
industry.
purpose.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
so basically, like, we started working for the first year and a half. We were just writing. We like slapped down like 50 songs in our catalog together. Then through that, we like kind of honed it down to like a few that had more of a consecutive thread and a specific sound, where we landed more towards like that rock sound, that like 80s rock, stadium rock kind of vibe. And then, so for the past year and a half now, we've been putting out my EP slowly. We're about halfway through for that. And then just like playing at different venues in the city, gaining those like, chops and that experience. Yeah. So technically, right now, we're like about like 3 years in.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Our projects.
And how has Brooklyn treated your music? Have you been playing shows and stuff?
Yeah.
How is Brooklyn treating you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in Brooklyn for like about a decade now. So
Cool.
like I've solidified myself as like a person here in Brooklyn, and I've always been a singer, but I just would like casually sing some like cover songs at like these like 72-hour parties, and like, it would be something else. But now that I have this specific thing, like I have so many like such a great crowd of friends, and then like friends of friends who always come out
Yeah,
to my shows.
that's
So right
cool.
now, like that, my base is super localized. And it's just like something I'm so grateful for. And yeah, and then through connections, it's always like a connection of a connection where it's like,
Right.
we get this gig because we played with these guys at the last gig, and like they need an opener for this thing. And like,
Yeah.
so last year we got to play like, a handful of shows. And then this year we're kind of more on like a focused trajectory where we're like, I created like my contact list and like reaching out cold emails, like, hey,
Mm,
like this is my EPK, like, and kind of just
yeah.
being more like okay, like let's put it into our own hands, and versus before it was a lot of connections and more like things were landing in my lap kind of thing. Like,
Yeah. Networking is huge in this business.
yeah.
Absolutely huge.
And honestly, like at first, I don't know, like I said, I'm a sociable person, but like the whole like putting the word network on it made me feel cheesy. And I
Yeah.
can recall like going to certain venues and being like, what am I like supposed to say? Feeling
Yeah.
like a fake, like, but then I kind of just leaned into like, hey, just be you,
Yeah,
rock
absolutely.
star, which
Yeah.
you are, and like, and just like, yeah, I don't know. There's a type of like, I feel like going out to and just like meeting other musicians, like that's so important versus like going to the promoter. Like that's
For
just
sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, no, I love that because I was just talking to my wife the other day about something that I was really worried about, and all she said was just be you. I was like,
um,
that's so
nobody
simple.
else is you.
It's so simple. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'll just be myself.
Exactly.
I don't know why we tend to overthink all these
It's
things. I
middle
don't
school
know.
days. Middle school days seep into your brain, and you're like,
Middle school days.
assimilate, assimilate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we are here because of a song called Hyperdrive. Tell me about this song. What does this
So,
song mean to you? Why did you choose this one?
so it was our first single. It was actually one of the first songs we created together. And basically, this song for me represents like I feel I have like a lot of intensity within me. And like
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of other people do. A lot of my music represents like intense feelings, intense emotions. I want to give people an outlet to feel deeply.
Hmm.
And this specifically, this song reminds me of that like insatiable feeling that you get like through your vices, whether it's drinking or like going out or sex or what eating or shopping. Like sometimes like there's that insatiable hunger inside of you that and then like once you're in it, like you're in it, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
And I've struggled with that in the past, and it's something that I'm always continuously like checking in on. But like, there's just something about, like, for instance, the name Hyperdrive. It's like when you're in that hyperdrive mode, it's just like nothing can stop you, but it's almost an
Hmm.
uncomfortable feeling. You know, it's not quite like
Hmm.
peace. It's kind of like chaos. And yeah, that leans into like a lot of things, like whether it's
Yeah.
sex or whatever. Like,
Yeah, it sounds like it's a little impulsive too in a way. Where
yeah.
it's just like you're stuck in it and it's like a manic episode almost. Like you
Mhm.
don't know what's going on. You have all this energy.
Yeah.
You do all these things and you come down from that hyperdrive. Come down from
Yeah.
being hyper. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But
gotta
it's
reflect
also
on this one.
like, honestly, it's also like, I don't know. I kind of love it too. There's
Yeah.
a love-hate relationship. You're like,
Yeah.
you feel on top of the world. You're like,
Yeah.
and in
It's a,
some
like a
cases you make it.
euphoric feeling almost in
Yes.
a way too. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a tightrope, like to be walking.
Yeah.
Very indicative of my early 20s.
Yeah. And even like your cover work for this almost seems a little bit too, with like the lights behind you, the stripes, and it's kind of like creating this vibe of just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
euphoric vibe in a way.
Yeah, euphoric.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend Josh, he shot that. His photography group is Ward North Photography, and he's so talented. I'm so grateful that I got to grab him on the ground. But like, yeah, it was funny because when we did that shoot, we it was like before we kind of like honed down on the idea of like what the project was. So we did a few different looks, and then like part of that shoot helped us guide us towards like, okay, like what is the identity of this project.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it was really cool to have that experience to work with him.
Mm. All right. Well, I haven't heard this track yet.
Yay.
So I'm stoked to listen to it. I feel like I'm in hyperdrive all the time. Like I just feel like
Amen.
I just feel like yeah, I'm always ready to go, but sometimes it doesn't really do the best. So I don't know. I get it. I get it. I think I get it. I'm
Yeah.
excited to listen to it.
Yay. Me too.
All right. This is Hyperdrive by They Call Her Heaven. Let's break this track down.
I gotta do this on my own. It's been a real lonely road. I can't help but fight this feeling. I don't like the way I've treated myself wrong for so long. I'm not afraid of the night. Something about it feels right, and I can't stop myself. I'm on the edge. I've been living in my head for so long. I keep it light, but I tend to get so moody. There ain't no new me. You get what you see. I get distracted by the things that make me feel alive. When I'm in hyperdrive, words can't even
All right, we're gonna stop it there. We got some lyric to dive into.
Yes. Okay. Cool. I was wondering how you're gonna do this. Are you gonna like chop it up or whatever?
Yeah, I'll chop it up a bit. Interesting. There was a few lines in there where I'm like, oh, I get you. I get what you're talking about. I understand this. I gotta do this on my own. It's been a real lonely road, and I can't help but fight this feeling. I don't like the way I've treated myself wrong for so long. Ooh, I was in a very toxic relationship a couple of years back,
Yeah.
and I knew it was bad for me. And but I didn't want to go down a lonely road by myself,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to fight that feeling by myself. But I knew that it wasn't right for me, and it was bad for me in the long run. And I treated myself wrong for so long because I was trapped in that.
Yeah.
I knew it was wrong, but
Mm.
I couldn't let go of it.
Mm.
I'm not afraid of this night. Something about it feels right, and I can't help myself. I'm on the edge. I've been living in my head for so long. It seems like just the letting go feeling.
Yeah.
It's like I can't help myself. I'm on the edge. Like I can almost see someone jumping off a ledge, but not like a in a bad way, but just like letting go and just like almost like a high dive board, and you just like and you just like splash in the water.
Yeah. Wow. I
Like
love
I
that
can see
visualization.
that. I've been in my head for so long. Let me just snap out of this. Let me just get some of this water off of me. Let me
Yeah.
just enjoy this moment. What are these two parts mean to you? What are you talking about here?
So I guess like overarching really simply, self-abandonment. You know?
Self-abandonment.
I feel like that is the truest pain you could put yourself through is
It
to
is.
abandon your own, like you were just saying, knowing something isn't right for you, but doing it anyway because you're kind of just like in this habitual loop of like comfortability, I would say. um the first words where it's like, I feel like also one of the stories that I'm trying to put to rest for myself is the idea that I am alone, because truly I'm not alone. There's been so many people who have been there for me, with me, through my process and like my life. So like when you really feel like I'm here on this road alone, like there's this kind of like lone warrior, like lone ranger vibe that I
Mm.
feel like I could maybe like in my little like photography mind, I'm like thinking and being moody and thinking about things like that. And yeah, and that self-abandonment really coats that, where you go, okay, like for instance, like I used to be way more of a party girl, and like a lot of 7 a.m. nights, and then but it's like, but I work work the next day. Like, what
Yeah.
did I do this for? You know, like, and
Yeah.
kind of like, no shots fired. Trust me, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. But I'm
Yeah,
just
of course.
saying, like, these are the things that, like, you know, would kind of stress me out where I'm like, damn, like, that was a fun night. But when every night's a night like that, is any night like special, kind of?
Mm.
And yeah, just like my kind of,
Is any night special?
yeah, I was getting that
Wow.
jaded feeling of like when you're just kind of like on top of the world, when you're like in the scenes, doing all the things, and you're like, you kind of get desensitized. And through my life, like through the past like 4 years or so, I had to like touch grass, remember what it's about again, and like kind of
Mhm.
like bring myself down from this, like, you know, kind of
Yeah.
crazy lifestyle.
When did you kind of snap into that kind of reality of realizing, hey, I need to, this is the way that I'm going, but it's probably not the best for me? When did that kind of shift for you? Or do you still feel like it's
Honestly,
something you're going through?
so it's a slow burn. So it was like
Yeah.
between, maybe I'm 28 now, between like 23 is when I like when the idea first popped into my head. I think like around COVID. Like was like I
Mm.
was thinking like, oh, this is a lot. Like, you know,
Yeah.
but I didn't really have I my community was that. And like, you know, and like just like a lot of partying and stuff like that. And like then I didn't really have the distance from it yet to feel comfortable making changes. And slowly but surely, you know, like I moved, I like, you know, started getting more hobbies based in music, something coming back to, you know, like I said earlier, like my purpose and like what I'm here for. And like, as much as I do love to socialize and be a part of it, like I want to specifically socialize through my passion, which is music. And I find like within like musicians doing the thing, you know, we're focused. We're doing
Yeah.
that thing. And like I'd rather be jamming than like,
Yeah.
you know.
All that extra energy you were preserving for the late nights. Now you're putting all that energy into your
Yeah.
music.
Yes, 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 yes. Exactly.
Yeah. Interesting. Before I met my now wife, I was never into like like house music, kind of like that scene at all.
Mhm.
But she's a house DJ.
Amen.
And so I started going to like her shows and stuff, and I'm like, you know what, this is pretty fun. I've never like been a dancer or anything like that. She got me dancing, and I'm just like, wow. So I was kind of entrapped in that for a minute. We went to like the boiler room.
Yes.
I think it was at the Brooklyn something. I forget what it's called. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, there was a night we were there till like 7 a.m. and we didn't get back till like 8 o'clock, and just like
Which can be fun. You know, it's
it
like
was a lot
like
of exactly. It was a lot of and that's what it was. It was fun. And it
life's
kept
in a
me wanting
balance.
to do it.
Yeah,
And the
sometimes it
balance
can
was
be.
hard. The balance was hard for a little bit
Yeah, yeah, it can be
because you get
because it's
wrapped up
so
in it.
fun, and it's just like
Yeah.
and the thing about the house music scene, which I love still so much, it's just like there is that freedom where people can like let loose. It doesn't matter what your
Yeah.
day job is. We're all equals on the dance floor. Like we all
Yeah.
like there's no judgment, like, you know, but in every scene
Yeah.
as well, there's a, you know, positive side and there's a dark side. And, you know, it's up to you to like make those choices on how
Yeah.
to, you know, like exist in those spaces. And yeah.
I'm not afraid of the night. Something about it feels right. And I can't help myself. I'm on the edge. I've been living in my head for so long. The night feels
Yeah. So that's
right.
that's
Yeah.
that's my love of the night. Like I don't like
Yeah.
honestly, like I was just in Japan in April just for like fun.
Oh,
So cool.
so
Literally
jealous.
so cool. But then also I missed New York. I was like, New York is
Mm.
crazy. Like you could jaywalk. I'm jumping turnstiles. Like
Yeah.
Japan's so orderly. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. They're
there's
like,
something
who's this New
about
Yorker over here?
There's some no, but I was respectful, obviously. But like, there's
Yeah.
something about like that wild New York. Like, let's go out. Let's hop club to club to club. Like, let's see where the night takes us. Like, I just
Yeah.
really feel empowered by that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's and like you're saying, it's a sense of like feeling free and kind of a safe place, like these dance floors and stuff. There's not many safe places right now. There's not
I
too
know,
many
yeah.
places where you can just be like, this is me, and I'm gonna,
Yeah.
kind of let that out. I mean, there are, um, but when you're in that world though, it just you're right. It just feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not the best for you. It's a weird thing. It makes you feel good, but it's not good for you. I feel like a lot of people can even take these lyrics and relate it to like an addiction too, almost like people struggling with like alcohol or drugs or anything. It's like you take these things and they make you feel good, but then once you come down from them, it's like fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Often as you do it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
really the message because I'm very like I like to think like mediation, like I don't believe super much in like at this moment in time. I don't believe in like very like strict boundaries of like you're never going to have a bar of chocolate ever again. Like for me it
Yeah.
kind of holds these things to a pedestal and it still has a power over you in a way. So like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people in the community struggle with addiction and it's something that just like a constant communication and it gets you in these kind of feelings where you're like feel kind of like hopeless, like trapped in your own head, like have that like angel and devil on your
Yeah.
shoulders,
Yeah.
I want to have fun, I'm an adult, I'm allowed, like, and then also like but do I actually feel great like if I smoke weed? Do I just feel like kind of dumb or like is it helping my body feel better or am I like
hmm
not feeling good? Like I just think it's really important to have dialogue with yourself.
Yeah.
Again, not self-abandon and not just be complicit to behaviors you're like used to having and like always check in like even like with not drugs, like anything,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I keep it light, but I tend to get so moody. There ain't no new me. You get what you see. I get distracted by the things that make me feel alive when I'm in hyperdrive. Words can't even describe. So, I relate to this a lot because I'm bipolar and I have a lot of like manic episodes where I'm just up like I just have all this energy
Mhm.
and it doesn't really go anywhere for a while. Like I need to get it out. Um but also when it comes to bipolar, it's a lot of mood swings. You get a
Yeah.
lot of different mood swings. So I tend to get a little moody myself sometimes.
Mhm.
There ain't no new me. I feel like I'm trapped in this like disease and you get what you see. Like I show my emotions on my sleeve and when I'm in a bad mood, people can see it. So you get what you see. I get distracted by the things that make me feel alive because my mood swings are up and down so much. When I find something that just makes me feel stable, even if it's bad for me, I tend to enjoy it because that feeling doesn't come as often as I would like.
Yeah.
And when I feel that, I'm in hyperdrive and I can't even describe what I'm feeling because I feel so many different things. But when I feel this one thing, even if it's not right for me, it makes me feel good because I don't feel that
Yeah.
often enough. And that's what I get from that.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I loved
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
My mom is bipolar, so it's something that I was around a lot. She's actually
Okay.
way more stabilized now. So they say like women when they hit menopause, their hormones kind of like get to like calm down a little bit. So
Mm.
it's actually really interesting the way like I feel like there's a lot of like information that they don't know yet about like a lot of mental health stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's so curious. Is this why you kind of like got into this like obviously your love of music and also your own like mental health things? Is that why you kind of like created this thing?
It's definitely one of the reasons.
Yeah.
The main reason now we're gonna get a little deep, but it all kind of like plays a role. Um, So that toxic relationship I was telling you about,
Yeah.
it was a 14-year relationship and we were married.
Whoa.
And I would, I want to go into all the stories all the time, but basically, I was away for the weekend and I came back and all her stuff was gone. She was gone and I never saw her again after 14 years. And it led to, I call it an attempt of my life. I don't like using the real
Yeah.
words. So I went through that. I attempted and
It's hard.
spiraled for a very, very long time.
It's a really difficult thing to go through.
And music got me through it.
Always.
It was music. I say all the time, music like literally saved my life. Like that's
Every
why I'm here
single
is
day.
because of music. And
Like,
I felt that, and it was the lyrics of the songs I was listening to that got me through it. And
mhm.
at the time, I was looking like some of my favorite songs. I was looking for just something to try to relate to the words a little bit more. And
Yeah.
I was like, I want to. There's like all these like websites and stuff where people try to guess what the lyrics are about and finding more about
Yes.
finding out
I
more
love
about
it.
your artist and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Like, this doesn't really exist. A place where we can talk about the actual lyrics and really dive into them and learn who the artist is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make that because when I was at my worst, that's what I needed.
Yeah. Because
And
it's
so,
so interesting too, like what the artist, I feel like art, I heard a thing, it's like art is, but the artist makes it, but it's also about the interpretation. Like,
oh,
that's
absolutely.
part
Yeah.
of the art. Like, and
Yeah.
that's what kind of what makes it like infinite and beautiful. And like for instance, for me, like this whole like the first lyric was like, I keep it light, but I tend to get moody. Like growing up, so I used to be a musical theater kid. And so I really attached myself to the characters that I would sing and like be like the roles and stuff that I would play and just like the music that I would hear. And it's obviously musical theater is so emotional and like lyrically based and story driven. So
Yeah.
I even so like even like Taylor Swift was like an early like inspiration for me when she was doing like teardrops on my guitar and I'm like an 11-year-old with again I the thing is too like about mental health and everything something that helps me detach from my emotions in a way that feels healthy for me is like the idea it's science. Emotions are chemicals and like it's like all about these ratios like it's hard because you want to be like my emotions are real and they are real but they are also chemicals like
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
these things where when I was a young girl like going through puberty there's like this rush they say nothing's worse than a teenage girl and it's like not our fault because we have crazy hormones like flushing
Yeah.
through us flushing our brains with like adrenaline and like all of this like angst and stuff and and sadness and I was definitely a lover girl and I loved to be in love and the idea of love and heartbreak as well that came along with that and like
Yeah.
music was always like it almost made it all worth it. Like every time now, like if
Mhm.
I have a relationship and we break up, I know there's a song inside there, and either I
Yeah.
could pretend and push it down and not sit in front of my computer or sit in my piano, my guitar, and be like, just sing and figure it out
Yeah.
and keep it locked in, or I do it and I swear to God, every single time I'm actually thanking my exes because I'm like, thank you, you just gave me a beautiful song, baby.
Yeah.
And now I
Yeah.
can like at least have this where it's like this peaceful thing that and I feel so grateful for that like gift that like I'm able like some people do paintings, like some people do sculptures or whatever, like poems. For me, it's music, it's like melody and it's lyrics and it's sounds and stuff. So I mean I also like to do other art, but like
Mhm.
this I feel really grateful. So like the whole light and moody thing, as you could see, I'm like super happy girl. Like I'm like talkative and social and like that is me for sure. But also I'm sad girl too. Like I sometimes get really like caught up in my emotions and like feel, resentful or upset and it's no new me like I've pretty much been me. Like I definitely now that I'm like a more understood, like complex version of myself. Like I'm a different model than I was at 23, but also I am still me. And I've
Yeah.
always been me, and I've always like shown who I am to like anyone around me. I'm not a very passive person, and I'm a very direct person, and I say
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean.
Me too. Yeah. Almost even this cover reminds me of that line, light and moody.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
artwork displays that even.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then the whole like I get distracted by the things that make me feel alive. It's almost like it's not the things that make me alive. It's the things that make you feel alive. So it's
Right.
almost
I get that.
like a mirage. Like again, the partying, like the going crazy, like these impulsive, kind of risky behaviors where you're like whatever, smoking cigarettes, like or something like that. Like it's something that it's a distract. Like I guess in the negative connotation would be in the word distraction,
Mm.
because like I guess when you think distraction, it's not exactly like a positive thing. So it's like maybe where my focus should be on the music, on the career, on the like passion and stuff, it's can get distracted by the lights and like what seems like
Yeah, you get
success.
lost in it. You get
Yeah.
lost in it. One question I just thought of. You said that you've been in Brooklyn for a decade, you said about 10 years or so. Where are you
Yeah.
originally from?
Long Island.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you've been in
But I've lived
born and
here like,
raised in New York, state of New
yeah,
York, and okay, cool, 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 cool.
close enough to still like emulate the city and love it, but like far enough that I wasn't part of it and I had to be a part of it. Because Long Island is beautiful. My town is gorgeous, but it was also like everything closes at 10 p.m.,
Yeah, yeah,
And again, I'm of the night, so I need to
yeah,
kind of like,
yeah. You're like a vampire.
yeah.
You're
But
of the night. I'm of the night. You're a vampire. What?
never sleeps.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep listening to this track.
It's burning hot, I feel that flame. I can tell by your eyes you feel the same. Got visions of ecstasy that come when you're next to me. For so long, I know this won't last forever, but I don't mind that whatsoever. There's nothing in this world for me that is meant for me to keep for so long.
All right. We'll stop it there because there's not new lyrics after this part right here.
Just break down and double, triple courses.
Yeah, it's burning hot. I feel that flame. Something that ignites you. I
Yeah.
can tell by your eyes you feel the same. Got visions of ecstasy, yet calm when you're next to me for so long. To me, that almost puts me in a moment of like, since we're using this dance floor thing, like on the dance floor, and just like you guys catch each other's eyes, and there's like all these lights and everything around you, and it's just like vision of ecstasy is just like, oh, this person is kind of like pulling me in almost, and like I am just entranced in in this feeling. Yeah, it's calm. It just feels right. Feels right. It's just like, yeah, to me, it's just like your eyes are connected. Nothing else matters. I know this won't last forever because the night's going to end, but I don't mind that whatsoever because you're just enjoying the moment. There's nothing in this world for me. This is meant for me to. That is meant for me to keep for so long. It's like this moment. After this moment is over, then that's it. This isn't going to go beyond this moment. That's what I get from that. What do these two mean to you?
Yeah, so you hit it on the head when you were talking about like that dance floor scene. That definitely was inspired by nights of that. For me, honestly, like that's one of my favorite life experiences. It was like that. I'm a very passionate person. So it's like, I love you meet on the dance floor and you guys are just like have that energy. There's that fire inside of you. And
Yeah.
yeah, you feel this like euphoric, sense, but also there's like a calmness. Like, I think that that's part of it too for me. What brings me towards people, there has to be that fire and passion, but there also has to be like, there's a 50 people in this room and I feel like I'm supposed to be next to you. Like
Yeah.
there's something
Yeah.
about like I'm like very like universe spiritual person and I'm like
Me too.
and I mean it's scientifically proven that there is real things as energy. So it's like there's just something
Yeah.
about this kind of thing where it's like yeah, like our energy goes together and like I'm you are my safe space for this moment and I'm like
Mm.
not going to spit the universe in the face by not going upon this situation and like kind of investigating the vibes.
Mhm.
um then the
Mm.
next one, so that was interesting what you were saying because I feel like you were talking very specifically about like the night. You were like it's not going to last forever because of course the night ends. So for me, I actually think about this in a deeper, broader sense. So like through my 10 years of being in Brooklyn, I as many have discovered polyamory and like so
Sure.
for me I kind of like which is not something that I feel is a fixed thing for me, but it's something that I've like explored. And like basically through that exploration, you kind of get this detachment of like possession.
Mm.
During the time that I wrote the song, I was like pretty deep in it. And so I kind of had that outlook on things where I would be like, hey, like I'm totally happy and like to be in relationships with people for as long as I'm supposed to be and it's good for the both of us and the universe gives us this and but also like I have this feeling that nothing is permanent.
Mm.
Everything,
It's
you
true.
know,
Very true.
everything it's kind of like more like deep, where I think about it like nothing is permanent. We're all like
Mm.
everything decays and that's beautiful. That's the circle of life. And
Yeah.
nothing is meant for me to keep because permanence is actually pain. Like, and it's just when like it's kind of like Buddhist a little bit too. Like, there's a dissatisfaction in, like trying to hold things and keep things when if you let things go, that's like kind of more the peace of life in a way.
Mhm.
And yeah, in my relationships, and the only thing that there's permanence with, and I honestly technically not because we do die, but like is ourselves. Like that's the thorough line, kind of
Mm.
is like you have permanence in yourself, and that's it's me and you, girl. At the end of the day, like
Yeah.
and everybody else, they could stay for 20 years, they could stay for 80 years, or they could be here for 2 days, and it's
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
it's all a gift. It's all a gift,
Mm. You can be here 80 years or 2 days.
Yeah.
That's
and,
interesting.
and it's like, whatever,
Huh.
it's good,
Yeah.
It's like, I'm happy. I'm grateful for those moments. So for whatever the lesson or the blessing or whatever it is, like,
Yeah. So you brought up I'm pretty sure you brought up Buddhism.
yeah.
You brought up spirituality.
Mm.
Um, are you Buddhist by any chance? Do you study any of that? Are you just because I'm only asking because there was a time when I was very like I was reading all these books on Buddhism and like, hey, okay, all right, what is this lifestyle like? Because I feel like I connect to it a lot. I was meditating a lot. I had like the singing bowls and everything. Like I was all in.
Uh-uh.
I still feel a lot of that way. I feel I'm a very spiritual person too. So whenever I'm doing art or whatever, like I feel like I always light an incense. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, let's let these feelings come in. Do
Yeah.
you are you part of any of that? Do you do any of that or?
So, I grew up without like a specific religion. Actually, when I was 13, my mom made me do a one-page report on all the religions for me to decide if what religion I wanted. And at the end of the day, I was
Oh,
like,
interesting.
yeah, it was cool. And at the end of the day, I was just like, none of them. But when I was in college, I did take a course in Buddhism, and I very like, like minimal, nothing like too deep. There were points like that whole kind of like letting go and that disconnect from like that like pain and stuff that I really liked. And I feel like continuously, I wouldn't say I'm Buddhist because I definitely do not put in the work or like specifically study enough to like claim that, but I'm constantly trying to understand my relationship with like myself, the universe, like it's all a story. And if for me, if it brings me solace, like if it makes me feel happy, like, and for others too, for their religions, as long as we're not like putting people down, obviously, like I think it's all for like we as humans love stories. So whatever story you have to tell yourself, as long as you're not harming others for your whole life, if it's going to bring you peace, like that's what's up. And so for me, when it comes to like spirituality and like religion, I'm always in dialogue with myself about things like this. And I try to meditate, but I'm still trying to hone in on
Hard.
this energy, and
Yeah. When we
get
have all this
myself
energy, how can we just sit down and not really be with
tough.
it? It's weird. It's hard. It's tough.
But I feel like music's
Yeah.
like meditation in a way.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I love how when you were feeling a certain way, you're like, I'm going to take it out on the writing today.
Absolutely.
I'm going to make a song about it. Instead of wallowing in the sorrow, which
Yeah.
I mean, we do occasionally, it's fine. But for the outlet to be the music,
Yeah,
that's
it's like
powerful. That's powerful.
it's like there's many doors you could open. It's like I can go to the
Yeah.
bar, I can go get like drunk and or whatever, like and or I could like sit down and just like write this stuff.
Right.
And
Right.
maybe have a drink after to celebrate.
There
That
you go. Exactly.
might work. Or bath, whatever.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
who
yeah, yeah.
cares? But
Yeah. Huh. All right. Well, I got more questions, but
Okay.
I want to keep listening to the track. Let's write it out, and then we'll chat a little bit afterwards.
Awesome, great.
You got me in a mood, and I just want to keep listening to it. So I'm gonna keep dancing to it.
Awesome.
I keep it light, but I tend to get so moody. There ain't no new me. You get what you see. I get distracted by the things that make me feel alive. When I'm in hyperdrive, words can't even describe. I keep it light, but I tend to get so moody. There ain't no new me. You get what you see. I get distracted by the things that make me feel alive. When I'm in hyperdrive, words can't even describe. I keep it light, but I tend to get so moody. There ain't no new me. You get what you see. I get distracted by the things that make me feel alive. When I'm in hyperdrive, words can't even describe. Don't make me wait for so long.
There was a new lyric added there at the end.
Yes.
Don't
But-
make me wait for too long.
yeah.
For so long.
Yeah, it's just that whole line that for so long, it's been so long, and like it's kind of like, yeah, it's the ending. It's like, hey, don't stop fucking around.
Yeah.
Can I curse? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a fun song.
Yeah. Thank you.
I like it. And the lyrics, like it, like I feel sometimes, especially with this kind of music, a lot of people just like to listen to it and they like to feel the vibe of it and kind of dance to it and kind of just disassociate themselves. But it's some really deep lyrics there. And I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of times people don't really when they're enjoying it. I mean, I definitely do it often too, but like I feel like lyrics need to be pointed out some more. Because
Yeah.
this is a song that you can play at a club or something and people will dance to it and sing along. Like it makes you want to sing. It gets so moody. Like it makes you like want to sing along. But a
Yeah.
lot of times people don't really think about the lyrics in the
Yeah.
moment, especially in the moment. It's deep.
Yeah.
I
That's kind of
actually,
my
yeah,
brand.
I dig it. I dig it. I wanted to go back really quick to that religion conversation just for a second because I remember I had a question but I forgot to ask it. They call her heaven. Heaven. How does that play in any kind of like religion, or do you just see that as your name? Do you feel there is a heaven? Like, how does that play a role in any of this, or does it not?
I mean, like I said, it was the name that I was born with. So in a
Yeah.
way, it kind of plays into everything of like what I was
Yeah.
meant to be, you know, like my
Yeah.
mom definitely had vision for me, like from the beginning. And like
Yeah.
she's constantly and like always hyping me up, like since I was so young and like being like, you're literally a star, like you're made for. She wasn't like a show mom, you know, but she just really witnessed me as like in my full light and has like constantly uplifted me and kind of like the whole story was behind my name is that she had a really difficult life and she basically said like I was the heaven to like the hell that she lived in. And like so for
That's deep.
yeah, so the deepness comes from
Wow.
my mom. But
Yeah.
yeah, so basically like I don't know, like I actually don't really believe in a heaven. But I'm more like reincarnation. Like I'm like because I like I said about energy, I don't think energy and ever like dissipates. We're just like transferred. So I don't really feel like there's a specific like you know 4 seasons up there like that we're all like hanging out at.
That's actually a Buddhist mindset too. Buddhists believe
Yeah.
that you get reincarnated.
Yeah, so I like took a little bit from
Yeah.
a bunch of religions and decided whatever
Yeah.
makes me feel good. But like, yeah, like I don't really. But there's like a sense of like I don't know. Heaven is well, it should be Earth if you want to make it. It's like your creation. We really decide like what we want our lives to be, and
We
like
all have our own heaven in our own way.
yeah, in our own
What
house.
makes us happy? Exactly.
And that's the song, you know what I mean? Like it's the
Yeah.
hell that you're like putting yourself into and like, you know, like it's the choice kind of it. I know that it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy to make these choices. Like it's not like, but it's like I wanna always constantly like empower people to be able to be in charge of their lives essentially. So like for me like that's when I say things like that like it's a choice. It's more like I want you to feel empowered to like be in charge of your life. You know?
So you say things like be empowered and you want to make people feel that way. And you also said earlier that you feel like music is your sense of purpose. So when it comes to your purpose and helping people, where does that come from? Where does that come from? And you like, have you always been this way? Like, have you always been like that empath almost, like wanting to help people, and you always just feel this way? Or like, when it comes to purpose and your music and just how that all relates, where did that stem from? Your mom?
Well, definitely my mom. But
Yeah.
like honestly though, it has always been innately me. I'm like always mom of the group. Like I wanna like make sure we're all good. I think I growing up, we were super poor, and there's just this sense of like I eat, you eat. There's like a survival in me that
Always
like,
looking out for each other.
yeah, you have to. And if
Yeah.
like you're with me, like we have a small family, so it's like our friends are our family, and we've you're with me, like we're all good. Like the ship is rise with the tides, with all tides, you know, something. So like so I've always been that person, but it's also a feedback loop. So it's not just me like doing things, it's the feedback that I've gotten from people around me telling me, hey, you uplifted me just by being around me. Like, or hey, like I actually just needed to hear your voice because you like, you know, you made me feel better, or you said that one thing that I actually really needed to hear, or you listened to me, you know, like, and I've been hearing that, or especially with my singing since I was little, like, it's been like, you know, I've had always people coming up to me being like, oh my God, like that really touched me, or that was actually super deep. And, you know, it's taken me years and years and years to not just be like, because when you have your mom always like uplifting you, it goes in one ear and out the other. You know, you're like, well, you're my mom. Like,
Yeah,
of course you're going to tell me these things. And
Yeah.
like, and especially when you're a teenager, you're like, okay, mom, like, stop this. Like, and now I'm like, okay, like, it's finally sunk in. And I think with the like more love that I have for myself and more like presence of like, okay, like I could actually be like, wow, I am making an impact. And even though I'm not yet like performing for hundreds of thousands of people, and my music isn't in the place where it's reaching that many people yet, like, doesn't matter, because like, if I'm a person, I love singing on the subway. Like, just like as I'm walking to like my next destination, because the subway has great acoustics. So I'm always like,
interesting.
so I always have my headphones in and I'm like singing. And I love when people like are just like good, or like they give me the little claps, or like they're like, I don't know, it just like makes my day, and it makes me feel so like connected to people, and it's a loop, you know? So yeah, there's something about like that connectiveness of like, yeah.
I definitely do feel like a energetic pull towards
Yeah.
you in a way.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. See, even though,
Yeah. Yeah. Would you consider yourself empathic?
oh, for sure. But
Yeah.
also
Okay.
empathic, I've also created like strict boundaries with myself of like, hey, like,
Yeah.
if it's a feeling where it's it's sinking me, you know, I now in my late 20s have been like, I know when I have to step away. I know
Yeah.
it's worth getting into and fighting about. And like, I used to be very like, well, I have to tell you how you're killing my vibe. Like,
Yeah,
now I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
like, let's just like move in silence, do what you got to do. And like, you don't really have to like tell people why and how they're not vibing with you. You just have to like move into spaces that you do feel good in, you know? Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
people,
Empathy is a weird thing to handle sometimes.
yeah, because it could
It's
feel
hard.
like it's overtaken you and you don't have control, kind of, because
Yeah.
of
Boundary setting though is important for us
Yeah.
empaths. Boundary setting, because we tend to take on a lot more than
yeah,
we need to.
yeah, and it's like you can't
Ugh.
really tell somebody else how to act. All you could do is
Yeah.
control where you go. You know, like, yeah.
Well, talking about where you go, what does the rest of 2026 look like for Heaven and your music?
Yes, great segue. I love this. So I actually was just asked to perform at this collective concert called Unladylike. It's on March 14th. Through are we gonna be able to like drop links and stuff like that? Or
Yeah, I definitely can. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, actually, people can just go to my page on Instagram at They Call Her Heaven to see all the links, but it's in Bushwick. And
That's where I'm at. I'm in
Awesome.
Bushwick.
Awesome. Yeah, so basically it's like femme curated concert about female fury and rage. And so like this one was more like one of my sad bops, but I also have a lot of like empowerment kind of like, you know, girl anthems. And yeah, so I just was asked to perform there. So I have a nice little show there, and I have a new release coming out in March called Seductive Collision. So that's on the radar. And
you had said something about an EP too.
Yeah, so basically this is the 4th song out of my 5-song EP. The 5th one will be coming out shortly before summer. And then like, you know, with that 5th one, we're just dropping that whole EP as a whole at the end. And yeah, so it's really exciting. And then for the rest of the year, like I'm hoping to be performing like every other month kind of thing. different venues around the city. This year we just played at the Wood Shop.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, and like a few weeks ago, and then like we've like last year we did like Berlin, we did Heaven Can Wait before it closed, Bowery Electric. So we're hoping maybe
Cool.
returning to some of those spots, new spots, awesome would be awesome as well. And just like for me, it's just going to be about sharing this EP with people, really getting into like the story of each song. Because like for instance with Hyperdrive right now we just have the song. I mean, I have a lot of ideas about like where I want to take this visually, but it's really exciting because like now we get to like circle back and we get to like really just like extrapolate on each idea, create the world, build the world, and it's going to be a lot of that this year along with those two new songs that are going to be coming out in the next
Cool.
weeks.
Well, you had said the best place to go for all that is the links in your you said your Instagram bio?
Yeah, so my Instagram is They Call Her Heaven.
Yeah.
It's really easy. My Spotify is They Call Her Heaven.
Cool.
Apple Music, all the places you can get music.
Well, Heaven, you make it super easy to be able to follow you.
Yes.
So they call her Heaven at everything, at Instagram, at everything.
Yeah, exactly. Website.com.
Where do you prefer? So it's a silly question. Where do you prefer people to go and listen to you? Do you have a preferred website or a streaming platform? Because I know there's some people are a little up and down on some certain things right now. So
Like, we're trying to get the numbers up on Spotify always. But really, like, I mean, I'm appreciative of anywhere someone takes the time to listen to my music and like, touch with it. Like, it'd be really cool for people to follow me on Instagram. I would very much appreciate that, just so people can stay in touch with what's going on.
Yeah.
And because I always have people, when's your next show? And I'm like, keep following the Instagram.
Yeah.
There's trust me, there aren't announced. They're all there. Everything's there.
Nice. Hell yeah. Well, if you can leave our audience with one thing, whether it be mental health related or music related, how do you want to end this interview?
Yeah. I just gotta say, keep doing what makes you feel joyful. And lean into that, even if you don't really understand what about it does. Like, it's worth an investigation and it's worth your time. And the world needs you too.
Well, I can't think of a better way to close that than everybody go to Instagram at They Call Her Heaven. You can keep updated on everything. The EP's coming out. There's a new track coming out in March. What's that one called?
Seductive Collision.
Seductive Collision.
It's like a going out with your girlfriends type night thing.
Okay. Collision sounds like it might be a little rough though.
Yeah, it's definitely fun.
Cool.
It's similar to this one in like the ideas.
Cool. Well, thank you for coming on and telling your story, and talking mental health and religion and your mother and all the awesome things you brought up. I feel it's important for these conversations, not only for you, but for your fans to be able to listen and get a little bit of a deeper understanding of who you are as a human. So.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm so happy to connect.
Yeah, absolutely.